Guys, in this video, I want to talk about something very important because these are the things that let you know if you need to continue building an app or stop and pivot, okay? This is crucial because this is literally the difference between wasting months building an app or building apps that could become successful. I mean, that really have the chance of becoming a successful app. And this is what literally would have saved me months when I was starting out. At 19 years old, I was building my first startup a couple of years ago, and the user base was growing. I mean, I had like around 400 users, and the app kept growing, but I was building the wrong stuff because I didn't have the correct system in place. And at the end of the day, if you don't have the right system, if you don't use the right methods to build the app, it's a matter of time to fail. Because if two applications start at the same time and one is using the right system and the other one is using the wrong system, it doesn't matter if they start tackling the same problem. At the end of the day, the one that is using the right system will achieve success because they can pivot, because they have a way to detect the problems. If it's the first time that you're watching me, my name is Justo. I'm in a process of creating 12 apps in 1 year. I recently launched the 5th app, and now I'm building the 6th one. I created a system that lets me design, develop, and test applications in less than 3 weeks, so I can stop wasting months on things that don't work. This is literally, the signal that shows up before you waste months, okay? Not when you are already burned out, that is too late, not when 6 months are gone. I wasted 9 months building an app much earlier. The problem is that most people ignore it because they are busy making progress, but they see progress as coding faster or making more features. But here's the mistake, okay? Moving is not the same as progressing, okay? Being busy is not the same as learning, and building is not the same as validating. You can be doing everything right on the surface and still be doing the wrong stuff, okay? Still be going in the wrong direction. And I literally have done it, okay, more than once, and that's why I can talk about this. The root mistake is confusing motion with signal, okay? Most people measure progress like as I was telling you, new features, more code, better UI, or more hours worked. But that's not really progress. That's activity. Real progress looks different, okay? Like, I don't know, someone responds, someone comes back, someone asks what's next in the app, someone repeats the behavior, okay, of entering the app. If none of that is happening, you are not necessarily moving forward. And this is tough, but I prefer to be brutally honest with you because it's the only way in which I can help you. It's the only path to really help you, okay? So the signal number one is silence, okay? You publish something, you explain the problem, you share the idea, and nothing happens. No meaningful comments, no DMs, no questions, no, this is exactly my problem. And this is important, okay? Silence is not neutral in this case. Silence is information, and it usually means that the problem isn't real. Maybe the problem is real but not urgent, okay? You are framing it in a way that doesn't connect, or you can even be targeting the wrong audience. So many times you can, create an app and be targeting the wrong audience, an audience that don't have the money, okay, that doesn't have the money to pay for your app, or the problem doesn't hurt enough, whatever. And a lot of people think here, I need to explain it better. One is more built, people will react. It's not the right timing yet, but that's not really the truth, okay? And that's where overbuilding the app starts. What happens when something actually matters is that people react, not always positively, sometimes with doubt, sometimes with objections, but they react, okay? They ask questions and they want examples, they ask for details, they come back to the app. And rejection is uncomfortable, but it's signal. Silence is worse than that. Now, the signal number two is no natural follow-up, okay? This is subtle but critical. You explain the idea, you have a conversation, and then it dies, okay? If you're always the one who follows up, reopens the conversation, pushes the next step, re-explains from another angle, That's not nurturing. That's forcing interest. When something, really clicks, the person comes back on their own. They ask what's next. They want to move forward and they push the process. It's not perfect, okay, but they do it. You don't manufacture that. It either happens or it doesn't. And when it doesn't, that's a signal, okay? You cannot invent a problem, okay? You cannot create a problem unless you created a product, and then to use the product they need another one. But a problem exists or doesn't exist. It's as simple as that. That's not something that you or you or me could ever change. Now the signal number 3 is no repetition, okay? This one is brutally honest. When a problem is real, different people say the same thing. They use similar words. They get stuck in the same places. They raise the same objections. That's what you are looking for, because repetition tells you this isn't a one-off, this isn't about you, and you are not imagining the problem. The thing that I was telling you, if every conversation is different, if everyone understands the app their own way, if feedback points in random directions, you are not looking at a product, you are looking at noise. On top of this, as I was telling you at the beginning of this video, the real issue isn't the product itself, but the loop, the system that you use to build the app. This is where growth thinking actually matters, okay? A product lives or dies by its loops: action, then reaction, then learning, and then adjustment. If there is no external reaction, there is no learning, there is no adjustment, and there is no loop. And without loops, there is no product, just accumulation. Accumulation of features. And that is basically overbuilding. Now, if I had to start today, what I would do is, first of all, pose the problem before the solution, okay? Before talking about features, I would talk about the exact moment it hurts, the real consequence of not fixing it, and how people try to solve it today and fail. And measure real reactions, not ego metrics. A lot of people measure likes, views, reach, but those metrics don't really matter. Look at comments with context, long messages, specific questions, and people who come back unprompted. Also, look for patterns, okay? Not isolated opinions. Usually, write down the words people use, the fears they repeat, the objections that keep showing up, because those are the things that will let you create a successful landing page later on, okay? So I believe for you the next tiny step would be launching something small, okay? A waitlist, a document, a manual demo, I don't know, even a call with the prospects, with your target audience. If no one crosses that bridge, the problem isn't a priority yet. Now, to be able to do that, you need to avoid falling in the same trap, okay, of every builder, because building feels productive, gives dopamine. Avoid rejection, okay, because you're just writing the code. Avoid external judgment, but instead of validating, exposes you, forces decisions, brings real feedback, and can be frustrating, but it's the only path to build a great app. That's why most people overbuild. Finally, I think the mental shift that simplifies everything is stop asking how do I build this better, and start asking what evidence do I need to justify building anything at all. If you can answer that clearly, you don't have a product yet. Guys, I really hope this video helped you. If this helped you, you would also help me a lot if you subscribe to the channel and you hit the like button, because in that way we can keep reaching new people, and it only takes 2 seconds. If you want me to help you one-on-one building an app, you can book a call. I will leave you the link on the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.